Case 5 of the Shoyoroku, the Book of Equanimity. Attention. A monk asked Seigen, "What is the essence of Buddha's Dharma?" Seigen said, "What is the price of rice in Roryo?" What is the price of rice in Roryo? Whether we say great meaning of Buddhism or phrase it a different way, what's being clarified here? Of course, soon as we say attention, that clarifies the whole thing. When I lived in New York, I never drove. I did take driving lessons and I got a license, but until I was almost 28, I don't think I drove more than 200, 300 miles, which means I wasn't very familiar with driving. When I came out to California, someone gave me a car because they had borrowed money from me but didn't have any way to pay it back. And they had a car which they didn't want. So they said, "Hey, why don't you drive this to California?" I had previously flown out, visited various Zen centers, and decided to move from the Zen center that I lived in New York to Zen Center of Los Angeles. So I said, okay, well, I don't know how to drive, but I will do my best, and either I'll make it out there and learn to drive a bit, or I won't. I drove out and I made it. Afterwards, I had a car in LA, and at some point, I then became an attendant of Maezumi Roshi and lived with him. So I was his house attendant, and then for a while also Zendo attendant. And one of my duties was to drive him around to various places, sometimes to other Zen centers, sometimes to Japantown in Los Angeles. Now, most of us these days are fairly fortunate. If we're driving, we use some app which gives us directions where to go, and we don't have to reflect on it, think about it. It used to be that you didn't have such a thing, so you would look at a map if you were going to someplace new and maybe memorize where you have to turn. I noticed that often, because I was so unfamiliar with driving, I would think over and over, okay, I have to turn on Westwood. Then I have to remember and occasionally keep reminding myself as I was driving, looking for signs and all sorts of other things that I was, in a sense, adding on to driving. So once when I was out taking Maezumi Roshi someplace, and I would look and think and say, I don't know where I'm. And Roshi said to me, "Genmyo, let the car drive the car." Just be the car driving the car. These days, that's easy to do. Then you get to notice right away where you're adding on, you're thinking about where you're going, where you've been, what's going to be when you get there. Am I going to get there fast? Are those people driving well? Not only when we drive do we do that, but sometimes we notice when we're sitting or walking and we're thinking about this, that, all sorts of thoughts come and go. Whether we hold on to them or not, make something of them or not, use them to evaluate, well, how well am I sitting? How long is this sitting going to go? Is it going to end soon? Whether we add them or not in our sitting, we all at least get to notice that we're doing that. In our daily life, sometimes we don't even notice where we're adding on and believing he's good, she's bad, that person's terrible, I shouldn't, I should. What did I do yesterday? Oh, it's so terrible. What am I going to do about all this? What is the great meaning of Buddhism? Someone asked Sagan. Sagan is Xing Yuan in Chinese, but my Chinese pronunciation is terrible, so it's much easier to say it in Sino-Japanese, Sagan. When Sagan first came to the sixth ancestor, from whom he eventually was a successor and is in our lineage, it's from the sixth ancestors to Seigen Gyoshi and Sekito Kisen, and then on from there. He asked the sixth ancestor, what work should be done so as to be able to not fall into steps and stages? So the sixth ancestor responded, what have you done? Seigen said, I do not even practice the holy truths. The sixth ancestor said, if even the holy truths are not practiced, what steps or stages are there? If even the great meaning of Buddhism isn't asked, if even we don't get entangled in our judgments about, or if at least we notice how and where we're getting entangled, then what is it? In a way, that's our whole practice. This is as the verse on this says, the no form, which is the reign of great peace. And yet, that though that's always who we are, we need to do the work of noticing that person is great, that person's an asshole. Saying that is one thing when those clouds come up, but if we stick to that, then we're never being driven by the car. Then I'm driving the car. That person's not driving so well. This car's not as good as it should be. Oh, wow, look at that car. Oh, this traffic light's taking too long. There's too much traffic on this road. Next time I won't take Highway 10, I'll take Highway 15. Then we can't be this right where we are. Can't just sing and dance when we're at the party, but we look for I'm doing well, I'm not doing well. This is the essence of practice. Oh, I really have good sitting today. Oh, this is terrible sitting. So that's why we remind ourselves over and over of our practice, noticing caught in self, other, judgment, beliefs, and where that hinders us, that's the opportunity to be just this moment. Then not fall into judgments or notice, oh, I've fallen into the judgment. That price of rice is too much. I could get it for less there. Fine, go there, get it. Or don't get it. So, not worrying about the essence of practice, we simply are chilled because it's still cool in the house or cold in the zendo, even though it's spring. Then there's nothing else to think about but sit in the chilly zendo. Thank you.